Hey guys, it's Eric Marcus, and I thought I would talk about an element of factory farming and one of the reasons to not eat animal products that I don't think I've ever heard. You know, there's obviously a couple great talking points that we hear again and again. Of course, everybody should be talking about the systematic brutalization of 9 billion farmed animals a year in the United States. To me, that is probably the core argument to move away from animal-based foods. And, you know, we can talk about global warming issues and some of the proven links between the livestock sector and the release of methane. I think that, again, is a very important talking point. But when you get past that and a couple of health issues, a lot of the environmental arguments that you see vegans bring up, a lot of the health arguments you see vegans bring up are really tenuous, hard to prove, and really shouldn't be raised in the first place. But today I wanted to talk about what I think is a really important point, and one I've never actually heard before. I don't think that this should be one of the movement's key arguments, but I think it's certainly worth thinking about. And that is, factory farming has one more hidden cost that really is not ever made public. And that is, I think that factory farming, because it is you know, such a brutal thing and so worthy of people stepping in to intercede in whatever way they can, factory farming drains the world of some of its very finest activists. I think that the animal protection movement has literally dozens and dozens of some of the world's very finest activists in any discipline. And they've all been attracted to the animal protection movement because of the rampant injustices that go on in factory farms and in other forms of animal use. And I guess my point here is that these people, I think to a person, would, if their time was not being taken up with factory farming issues, they would be working on environmental issues, and they would be working on prison reform, and they would be working on anti-violence and anti-war initiatives. They would be working on hunger and poverty issues full-time. And so my point here is that by forcing some of the world's best activists into animal advocacy to combat the injustices of animal abuse, factory farming is really costing the world twice. It's costing the world in terms of the just tremendous amounts of abuse that it inflicts upon its animals. But it's also costing the world some of the very finest people who would be doing all sorts of socially oriented work full-time if their time wasn't being taken up combating this industry that should not exist in the first place.